Well, it's a new year, so I thought I'd update everybody on the progress of the fish room here. Some work has gone into the room, maybe not as quite as much as I had hoped, but pretty much all the glass lids have been completed. You can see here's a 10-gallon. I used Eric Bodrock's advice as far as setting this up for 3 panels here, so if you just want to feed the fish, you can just take out the foam insert. That's something that Stephen Tanner does on his fish tanks in his fish room. If you need to access the tank a little bit further for feeding, you can lift this one panel up, or if you actually physically need to get into the tank, you can actually take off these 2 panels and really access the aquarium and catch the fish out, and then when you're done you just put the panels back in place. So all the tanks have been completed at this point, except for a very few tanks. I might even eventually do that on some of these large tanks, just haven't done so yet. Also progressing, I've been able to get a couple spawns on my zebras. The male is actually on this right cave here. See him moving his tail there, and he's got fry at this point. So this is the second spawning in 2 months for those guys, so they're doing well. Offspring from the first batch are actually in this aquarium here, just a 10-gallon. I've since completed all these tanks. These are all up and running at this point. Just have a few on the end to get to. They'll be set. These all have glass lids too that have been cut. So you can see they're set up in similar fashion. Same thing goes for these tanks below too. So next point is going to be to get the fill line in, and then also get the lighting on these tanks. Lots of baby fish, lots of rainbows going right now, some Bosmani, some Parva. There's some Praycocks down below. The Apisters have grown. You can see there's quite a few individuals right there, so they're getting right around an inch in size now. More Praycocks in this tank next to. Also, I've been able to get up the RO system. Can't really see it, but you can hear it. It's filling up there nicely. Got it on a auto top-off system here. So running the course of there's the waistline. There's the actual unit. And probably something I'd recommend to everybody is get one of these little TDS meters. It's got a little Velcro on it, so you can take it off if you need to. There's an on button here, and then you can click on this, and this actually hooks up to your inline, which you have coming into your in. Just a fast, quick connect there with a meter, an actual probe. And then you've got another blue connector, which is your good water, connecting over to this line here with another quick connect. And then you have this little icon here which you switch back and forth. This will tell you what the water is going in the RO unit, and then you click it to the right, it tells you what's coming out of your RO unit. So once you see that your outtake water, the good water, starts getting some higher TDS readings, you know it's time to change those cartridges. So it was a $15 purchase. I figure that's certainly worth it. So I also installed my carbon block, so all the water coming into the fish room now is on a carbon block. It's a 1-inch line going into this 32,000 gallon carbon block. So, and then I built this little system here for just going to your RO system, just a regular hose line, which will eventually just as a backup, I can choose what I want to do with that. And this is actually going to be the fill line here, so I'm going to run all the existing water going into the fish room through this. So pretty excited about that. Can't wait for that to be done. That'll be close to the end of the whole process of everything. And then I'm not sure if I don't believe I had these set up last time either. These are 2.5 gallon aquariums. Going to use these for killies. And next door you see the others that I had up previously, the 2.5s. So each rack will hold 20 2.5 gallon tanks where I can raise up fry. And then I went ahead and installed the airline on the back there. I'll be drilling these tanks. The lids on these are all complete. Just actually finished that last night, so those will be good to go. We'll be all set. Beyond that, did get some action out of my Picoltia compta. The L134s found a pair in a cave together last week. Nothing happened further beyond that, the female and the male being in the cave for a couple days. But hopefully that's a progress and of things to come. So beyond that, I did manage to get some honeycomb catfish, Central Mochus perugiae, going. So I've got some fry in here that are about ½ an inch in size. Unfortunately, a high mortality rate, but getting there. And of course, the bows are still going well, especially like these Chilotharina fasciata. I have those guys up for sale right now, so they're beautiful though. You can see that in this video. So that is the fish room currently as it stands. More to come.